Hola mi amigos. I know it's been a while since I have been online. I am very sorry. I've been extremely busy, as I told you before, with work. That has not changed. It's kind of sucked, but I do have a House of 4, sorry, my nose is itching, review coming tomorrow. You probably wonder why I'm doing this video. I don't know how I'm going to title it yet, but I'll probably have something in the title so you have a general idea. Today has basically sucked. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just, So where do I even start with this? I didn't know if I wanted to address it because I've kind of already addressed it before, but I think I'm going to. So anyway, all right. So as you know, my son got in trouble. My youngest son got in trouble about a month ago, a little bit over that, for spitting. Well, I found out on Friday that my special needs son, and I swear we do not condone spitting in this house. I don't know where they're getting it from. They have to be getting it from their school. And I'm sorry, you can see my hair is getting longer. My husband wants me to grow it out. I don't know if I will. It's starting to get on my nerves. But I found out he had gotten into trouble for doing the same thing. So since I'd already spoken to the principal once, I decided to be proactive. I got ready this morning. I drove my son down to the school, and I took him into the office to talk to the principal. The principal did not remember me. So when I sat down with him, he told me immediately that I had two options. My son could be off the bus, suspended from the bus for a week for his behavior, or he could be paddled. And the problem with this is that, I'm sorry, my nose keeps itching, is that my son is special needs. He's autistic. I would never dare let anyone touch that child just because he doesn't understand. And as far as the spitting goes, I'm still trying to understand what happened. My oldest child also rides the bus, and from what I can gather from her and other children, this one child continued, he's been bullied on that bus for quite some time, and this one child continuing antagonizing him and telling him, make me stop, make me stop, make me stop. And I don't know why my son felt that spitting was the proper way to do this. Maybe he sees it on the bus, since that's where these things continue happening, but that's where he did it. And the principal pulled him off the bus, and he said, I'm going to call your mother. Of course, he didn't have to worry about that. He told me about it when he got home, and I took care of it this weekend. But unfortunately, my punishment at home doesn't matter. It matters what they do at the school, or at least that's what I was told. And so yeah, so it came down to paddling. To say that it was not a pleasant office experience would be an understatement. Granted, I probably wasn't pleasant either. I'm not going to be pleasant because I don't really understand why corporal punishment is such a huge deal in the school. What happened to talking with children? I don't get it. Why would you not speak to children? Why is your first recourse to hit them? That's what I told the principal. Actually, when I brought it up that the methods were archaic, when he said this has been done forever, I was reminded that 14 states allow paddling, of which I had to respond with how many states are there in the United States, into which he replied 50, and I said, and that's a minority, is it not? It just seems to be kind of insane that this is 2012, and the way that we teach children when they do something wrong is to hit them. This man, the principal, is a big man. He would be very intimidating to a child. And what's I find sad about it is that, you know, he's raising the youth of the nation, but he's raising the youth of the nation with the principles of, I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you, and therefore you will listen to me, or I will use violence against you. It doesn't seem to be like a very smart thing to do. I've heard that the school or high school in this area is not doing so well, and I can't help but question if maybe the reason being is if you're taught from an early age, elementary school, that when you get into trouble, you're going to be hit or paddled. If you don't develop a kind of tolerance to it, a kind of desensitization to the entire thing, and you go, well, what's the worst you can do to me? Suspend me or hit me? And perhaps I'm wrong, but it just seems to be kind of ridiculous, actually. I'm not going to go into the anti-spanking, pro-spanking things. People parent their children however they want to. However, I would think that it would be more proactive for a school system to have parents actively involved in their children's lives and to take care of matters with their children when they get home, and to talk to them, not on an adult level because they're not adults, but on a smaller platform where they can understand what's going on. Apparently, these kinds of efforts are not appreciated. You know, you get into trouble at school and your ass is going to be burned. It was kind of, it's not funny, but when I walked in, that paddle was sitting right front and center on the side of his desk. I mean, that was the first thing you can see. An intimidation tactic, I would say so. We said a lot of things back and forth. He said that our opinions on discipline were totally different, and he is absolutely right. Oh, yes, he's totally right. I don't think we will ever, no, we will never see eye to eye. When I actually told him that all he was promoting was that I'm bigger than you and I'm stronger than you, he just didn't really have much to say to that, just other than this is the way it's been done. I guess that was the way he's been raised, spare the rod, spoil the child. But this is, I said, 2012. We evolve. I would at least hope that we evolve. We're no longer primates. So why can't we get it in our heads that we can speak to children instead of taking things out on them, or just like I said, punishing them because we can, because we're physically superior to them. It's kind of funny because once children are no longer children, you got to be careful about that, slapping around a bit, because they may slap you around a bit because they've had enough. I mean, Lord knows it happens, and I can't really blame kids who say, okay, I'm not fair is fair. I ain't doing this shit anymore. I'm going to hit you back. I think the saddest thing was I did some research today of the 14 states in Alabama when I went looking, and granted this was research that was done a few years ago. The highest number of children that are paddled are special needs kids. And that just makes me sad, because special needs children, like my son, if I had let him paddle him today, he wouldn't have known why he was getting paddled. He probably would have asked, why are you hitting me? He wouldn't even say paddling, why are you hitting me? Because he wouldn't understand that something he did, because it's one of those things when you correct him, you have to correct him immediately or he's not going to put two and two together. And it just seemed just so ridiculous. And for those of you who wonder, no, like I said, I don't know where this, it must be a bus thing, because that's where he remembered me from. When I came in there, and I said, well, there must be a spitting problem at the school, and he said, I'm not following you. And I said, you just had me in here not too long ago about my other son. And he was like, oh, you're that mom. And I'm like, yeah, I'm that mom. Just ugly, not nice. I don't know. I know how most of you think, because you commented on my last video. It's just, it scares me, really, for the youth of our nation, for our children, and just this state. I mean, just that we can't sit down and take 5 to 10 minutes to talk to children instead of punishing them like that. So, I don't know. I just this is a downer video, isn't it? I don't mean it to be a downer. It's just, I've had a downer day. I mean, it's like, I did have one positive thing, though. My son needed shoes. I checked him out today. I was like, you know what? I'm not leaving him here in the event that just a bad day. I don't want it to rub off on him. So I got to go in a photo booth with him. So he's making silly faces. Yeah, me and him. So, but he's a super sweet boy. Like I said, after I spoke to my daughter, I found out that he was pushed into it, and that's the sad thing. He's going to end up having to ride in the front of the bus now, because he's bullied. And when I mentioned that, I said, you've already punished him once. Why are you punishing him again? And he said, I can't remember, I'm paraphrasing it, that he couldn't win with me or something to that effect. And I said, I don't know, what do you mean? And he's like, well, you say he's bullied. I'm going to put him in the front of the bus to defend him, but that's not enough. And I said, listen, I'm going to try to explain this to you. You're going to put him in the front of the bus where he doesn't want to ride, where none of the cool kids ride. He can't sit with his brother or his sister. He's going to have to be in the front of the bus. Meanwhile, the people that have put him in the front of the bus because they won't leave him alone, and they're older than him and they know better than him, but they bully him and they think it's funny to bully an autistic child, they're going to get to continue to bully whoever else happens to take the seat in front of them, because you're not doing anything to punish that behavior. As a matter of fact, I asked about the child that my son had gotten into this altercation with, and nothing happened to him. They didn't ask him what he had done. They didn't ask any of that, because it doesn't matter. Apparently you can bully and you can ridicule and you can do whatever, so long as you don't spit. I'm still waiting to find out about things such as hitting. I did hear that there was a child that hit my son, and he got 5 days of in-school suspension. I'm pretty sure paddling was offered on the board. Maybe the parents are like me and they don't like the idea of paddling. But I find it kind of funny that a kid that hits gets that, and yeah, just doesn't seem right, does it? So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Again, I'm sorry for the downer video. Hopefully I'll be back soon with some movie reviews. Holy shit, this is 9 minutes long. Oh my god. So I better go, because I'm just talking blah, 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 blah. But anyway, hope you're all doing good. Hopefully I'll be back with some movie reviews soon. I'm hoping to get caught up in February. The end of February is my goal. So until next time, take care of yourselves. Watch some great movies. I love y'all. Sorry I'm not around. But hopefully I will rectify that soon. And until then, just take care of yourselves, and I will speak to y'all soon. Okay, I'm going to go. Kisses to you all. Alright, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.